Hi, welcome. It's time for Physical Sciences. My name is Tinyiko Kosa, your teacher, and you can call me TK. And we are continuing talking about the atomic structure, and we will stretch it further until at grade 12 level where we talk about organic chemistry. And you can see that we are so considerate. We are saying that your matric starts from grade 10, so you can't afford to forget anything that you are taught from that level until your grade 12. Now, atomic structure, and we're looking at atoms and elements. Now, what are elements? Okay, well, we know that elements are represented by symbols. All right, now these symbols of elements will represent an atom of that element. So when we see one symbol of that element, we know that it is representing one atom. The atomic number and the mass number are indicated on the atomic symbol. Now, how is that indicated? Let's look at this example here. Let's say the element we're talking about is X. This then becomes your mass number. Okay? And this is your atomic number. So Z is your atomic number, and A is your mass number. Now this mass number A is given by the number of protons an atom has and the number of neutrons that are there. And we know that these two here, these are nucleic properties. In other words, they are found in the nucleus of the atom. Okay? That should be nucleus. Okay, now that's what we know. Now another thing that we need to be aware of is the Z. Okay, now this is the atomic number, and this tells us the number of protons that are in the atom. Again, protons in the nucleus of the atom. Okay, now X, that's X there. X is the atomic symbol. It's the atomic symbol of the element. For example, if we're talking about hydrogen, X will be representing hydrogen, and would say that here we've got the atomic number 1, and the mass number happens to be 1 because normally the number of neutrons in the nucleus of the hydrogen atom equals 0. Okay, now moving on with an example. Here I've got an atom of magnesium. Okay, so this is your A and this is your Z. Okay, this means that magnesium, or the symbol Mg, is the symbol for the element magnesium. That's how we represent the symbol magnesium. The Z, which is the atomic number Z there, it's 12 for magnesium, so it is this one here. Okay, the mass number, on the other hand, which is the relative atomic mass, if you like, the mass number is 24. That is your A, that one over there. Okay, so that's how we read. Those are the kind of information we get from the atoms, from the symbols that we see that are representing elements. The Z, atomic number; A, the mass number; and X, the symbol for that atom or that element. In this case, we're looking at magnesium, so the symbol is Mg. Right, continuing with the example of magnesium, trying to read information from it. If we're given the symbol of the element and we're given the atomic number and the mass number, what else can we read from it? Now, let's move on. There is our symbol magnesium, element magnesium, and we said if we've got 1 there, it means we've got 1 atom of it. There is the Z and there is the A. Okay, so the number of protons in a magnesium atom is 12. That's what it says when we've got the Z being 12. Remember, the atomic number equals the number of protons in the nucleus of that atom. The number of electrons, now this is something very important. The number of electrons in a magnesium atom is 12. And this is when we're talking about the neutral atom. Okay? And I'm putting that in brackets because once an atom becomes charged, we don't talk of an atom, we talk of something else, and that's an ion. So we are saying that this atom is neutral, and therefore for it to be neutral, it must have 12 pluses and 12 minuses. So what are the pluses? Protons. And what are the minuses? Electrons. So 12 protons and 12 electrons means we've got a neutral atom of magnesium. The number of protons in this magnesium atom can be found in this way. Now remember that the mass number A, the mass number A is given by, mass number A is given by number of protons plus number of neutrons. Okay, so that will mean that number of neutrons should be equal to A minus number of protons. So that's what I have down here to say number of protons will be A minus Z. That will be A is 24, Z is 12, and we find the number of protons to be 12 as well. So in this case, in this specific case here, we've got 12 protons for magnesium, 12 electrons for magnesium. We also have 12 neutrons. But it doesn't always be the case. We can have a situation where the number of neutrons are not necessarily the same as the number of protons. Okay, see you in the next section of the lesson.